Isn't that wonderful?
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Critics Collective. And today we're going to be talking about the life of Chuck. And today we have Mayte with us. And of course, Mr. Cory. We all got to see this movie early. I think we all have different thought about this film. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into the synopsis and talk about this film. But before we start, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below and let us know what you think about our reviews and anything else you want. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. The Life of Chuck, which is also based on the Stephen King novella. A life-affirming genre-bending story based on, again, Stephen King novella about three characters and the life of an ordinary man named Charles Krantz. This film is directed by Mike Flanagan. If you guys don't know Mike Flanagan, he directed a pretty kind of, I would say, House on Hunting Hill. If you haven't seen that on Netflix, and Midnight Mass, which was one of my favorite of all his. But before we start, let's go with Cory first, since he thought it was a phenomenal film.
I didn't say phenomenal.
I'm just messing.
You love putting words into people's mouths.
I'm just messing.
I thought it was a pretty good flick. I'm a fan of Stephen King, and his novels. So when I saw this trailer like one time and just told myself I was going to see it, but I completely forgot about it. Until I saw that last night. Um, I mean, it was good. It was good. I think. I guess I'm just in the minority here today. I don't know what you two think.
I wouldn't say
The
minority. I
Okay,
feel like it's just all different.
yeah. I like the approach where they basically started from the end and worked their way to the beginning of his life. Um, at first, I didn't know what was going on, but like I think towards the end of the third like slash first act, I was like, oh, okay, this is what's going on. Um, am I doing just the highs and lows of the movie?
No,
Okay,
just first impression.
first impression. Okay. Yeah, it was a solid film. Like I would definitely watch it again. Um, I mean, I really don't have anything bad to say about it. It's like just all first impressions. So yeah, maybe once y'all two give y'all input on it, and I started to think a little more, I'm just like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, I'm good right now.
Mate, what was your first impression?
So it was a little confusing at first, especially with the third slash first act. And like I agree with Corey, like towards the end, you're like, oh, okay, this is what's going on. How I think it was a good film. It wasn't bad. It was different for sure, especially anything we've seen at all this year. It's completely different in a
Mm,
good way. I definitely think this is probably something you would have to rewatch a few times. I know this is really highly anticipated, so I didn't really get any just from what I've been seeing online. Everybody's like, I want to see, I want to see. I'm like, okay. Um, I definitely think it's something we're talking about. There's a lot of like, it's one of those deeper meaning type of films, in my opinion. I don't want to get too much in my highs and lows, so I'll just leave it there.
Okay. Um. Well, I didn't really have much first impression as far as this film go because all I've seen was the poster. I haven't seen any trailer as far as it goes. Every time I look somewhere, I just seen the poster "Life of Chuck" with and that was pretty much it. Just the poster with Tom Hiddleston just with like that pose, like he's about to do a dance move, and but I didn't really put much thought as far as going to watch this film, so I didn't have any impression till the movie started. Where I kind of, well, we all kind of in the same spot as far as like the first half, not knowing what was going on. Because they did like categorize this film from what I see on IMDb as like a sci-fi fantasy type of film. So, but we'll talk about more of that as far as we go into, which we're gonna jump into right now. Matter of fact, or highs and lows of the film. So, Cory, go ahead and start us off with that, the highs and lows of the film.
Oh, I knew it was coming now. Just wasn't ready. My lows of the film. I can't really say I have any lows right now. Like I enjoyed the film. I don't have any lows. The highs of the film. I like the I guess the final act of the film when we got to see like who he really was. Because I mean, the middle part was just showing him as an adult and not really diving too much into who he is as a person. So we got to see it like who he was, who he really is in his younger years, and what he had, why he became what he became. Um, it was I think it was definitely a unique person storytelling. I like that. And for like when I first saw as Stephen King, I thought it was going to be like some elements of horror, and there was nothing of that in there. I mean, I guess just like the dying part, I don't know, but uh, I don't have any lows for this film. Now I'm trying to think of it. I don't have any lows. I'm good.
Ate? Oh no, wait.
So
What about your high? That was
you say no lows, they were all highs for him.
oh damn.
Oh yeah, yeah. So.
Manny's like, did we watch the same movie? See, you guys are complete opposite opinions, and I feel like I'm like in the center. So I'm like, I think it's not like anything crazy. My lows, it's that I wanted more. Like it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't bad. Like my lows are not even like bad lows. I feel like my lows, I wanted more. I don't even know if this is a spoiler or not. I feel like because you'll see it throughout the movie, but it's like we're getting it. Well, I'm gonna just say we're getting in a different order than we're used to. So I feel like I definitely want to watch it in a different order, and then just for the hell of it, and then mess up the order and just see how. If you get different opinions, just like a different take on it. But I did like the storytelling. That's a high. I was very happy watching this film, even though I feel like it was kind of sad too. Like, I feel like it was a good balance between sad and happy. Like I said, I feel like it definitely has a deeper meaning, and I definitely want to watch it again. Which is kind of surprising because I feel like more for me, I'm more into like horror action. So when I get these type of like this genre, it's different, but it's refreshing in my opinion, and it's something that I want to. Sorry, the birds are going crazy, but I want to explore it a little bit more just because it's different. I feel like it challenges me more to see the film in a different way. I didn't even know it had anything to do with Stephen King until the end, until like I was actually watching it. It's like, oh, based on the short story novella from Stephen King. I was like, oh, I would have never known, just because I feel like it took it to another level that I'm not used to Stephen King movies being, which we do get it, but it's more of a horror element, like you said. So there was a little bit. I feel like it's more suspense than horror. It's just more like scary. Well, towards the end, like when you really see when they really explain what the whole mystery was, you kind of understand as to why it was so scary. Even though it's not so scary, but we're all scared of that. Our most people are. So I'm trying to think of lows. No, I just wanted more, and I actually like kind of wish, especially in the beginning, the that first act slash last act, in the beginning, I kind of wish we had a little bit more of that world
Mhm.
route. But I understand why it had to like be more about him. But it would nice to have learned how that part of that, I don't want to say too much, but like that aspect of the first part, how it played into the rest of it. Like I kind of get it,
Mhm.
but I guess I gotta watch it in a different way. I don't know. I might be going off tangent, but
Yeah.
it's just me. I like the dancing. It was cute. It was like a cute little like, you know, it's about life, I guess. I really it's a lot of it's about a lot of stuff. It's
Yeah.
very deep.
Dance is life. Dance is life.
Be happy.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Manny.
Here we go.
um. So.
Manny's about to say, fuck all that.
No. It was a good film, as far as it goes. But like the first half of the film, which is where I assume what it was about, kind of like, you know, it was a whole apocalyptic story, from my understanding. That first half, minor spoiler, but when it just jumped to the second half, where you're like, oh shit, that's where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because it's like I just got this half of a story where everybody's dealing with a different situation because they feel like it's the end. But the second half, I kind of caught on, like, okay, this is what's going on, with him, um, or with that universe, basically. And even when he, that one scene with the teacher, I was like, okay, and we kind of explained to me why, if you go into detail, with the stars, when you saw that one scene with the stars, it just popping. I was like, okay, I get what's going on with that, but it's just the whole setup of each scene, act, because you know how they act one, act two, act, and they go back to act one again. Um, it's just a setup for me. I never read the Stephen King novella because I know it's a bunch of different story. And from my understanding, because last night, as soon as I left the theater, I was looking into it, and basically those novella, he didn't really go into like the horror aspect of how he usually do things. But I didn't read it. Maybe they're set up that way in the novella, but that's something I would have to read. But I personally, I did not like how it was set up. Uh, it's not. I don't think everybody will watch this story like you guys will catch on automatically. Hey, okay, I get it now.
Mm.
It's not every time you hear people going, especially if you have a story where it's like Mike Flanagan and Stephen King. Everybody's gonna go in there expecting to like use their brain and understand what's going on. But as far as the story goes, I liked it. It's a feel good story. Especially the second half where you have this, I would say, coming of age type of story going on, which I really like that part with the main character, what's his name, Chuck, um, coming of age as a kid, finding out his background, growing up with his grandparents. But I would have loved, as far as the story goes, that one room where, which is the whole mystery, which encompass basically the whole movie and all. Like, I would love them to focus more on that part of the story, but it's not towards the final act. Like,
Mm.
that's what the room is about. It's like, damn, I would wish that the story basically focused more around that. Then it would have been, it would have made more of a sense to me, because you got the grandpa, um, knowing certain things, and like what's going on with him. Then he goes into math, but it's not really math. It's because of this, and I would love more, like kind of like you said, Mate. If they kind of rearranged everything, it would have worked for me. But again, my that's pretty much my low. But other than that, the highs, the acting, everybody did a great job. Where you start off with what's the name, to Ejiofor, and yeah, I keep forgetting these actors. Most of this cast is like from a Marvel movie too. That's funny.
Yeah.
But pretty much the acting in this film was great. One thing I didn't like is that girl skating. She can't skate for shit. She looked like she she just learned how to skate.
Yeah.
She was struggling, but
She skate how like I skate.
yeah.
Bad.
But again, it is a feel good story, which I enjoyed. That was pretty much my high. But other than that, it's just the way the story was set up. As far as that was my pretty much my nick as far as the whole film go. But towards the end, I act 2 and act 1 again kind of redeemed the whole, like, oh, what the fuck is going on. But other than that, that's pretty much it for me. You guys got any more thoughts about this film?
I was gonna say I like the narration. Like I feel like we haven't really had that in movies in a while too. It
Ron
was
Swanson.
Yeah.
is that who it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it. It was very like I don't know, I don't know, something about the film, like it just made me feel like I was definitely like in a whole kind of for what, almost 2 hours. I feel like I was somewhere else. Like I didn't really feel like I was just sitting in a movie theater watching just a movie. I feel like I was having an experience, which was nice. I really enjoyed that. There's one more thing I wanted to say. It may or may not come back. I don't know.
Well, I think you're right. It's probably what they were looking for. It's a experience.
Oh,
we lost Cory.
He'll come back. I was gonna say it. The first part of the movie, let's say, because it's parts. The first part, second, and the third part. The first part gave kind of like a whole. It felt like a whole other movie until once you see the other 2 acts, you see how it all connected. But it did, and I kind of like that because it wasn't just. It kind of gave off like a little mini TV show too at the same time, where you get different elements versus just one story. You kind of got like other little stories too. So I liked it. Okay. That's all I had to say.
I liked it. It was like it was kind of funny seeing like all these Disney related actors in there. You got Luke Skywalker. What's the name? You got not Thanos. Loki. Then the other. I'm not even one. It was Mordo. I think his name was, and what's the name?
Yeah, he Baron Mordo.
Yeah, him, and then was starts with an N. Gamora's sister.
Nebula.
Nebula. There we go. Nebula. But yeah, and it's like and all of them did like a solid job with the acting. It was like I was. I didn't feel like they were just like phoning it in. They really put the work in. So I appreciate it.
Yeah. And you guys, maybe I need a second watch, but I guess I went in there expecting something, but it is a feel good film. But think about it again. But mostly, I would give it a second watch. But I guess me personally, I just didn't like the whole way setup of the act. Usually when well, I didn't really expect it to be an anthology type of setup either. So, but for what they were looking for, I think Mayte, you're right. It is one of those type of like make you feel good thing they're looking for, and to think about life type of film. So But we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the accolades for The Life of Chuck. And as you guys are well aware, 5 accolades, excellent, 4 accolade good, 3 average, 2 below average, 1 poor quality, and of course the best one, 0 for horrible. So we're gonna switch it up, Monte. What are you?
I had a feeling you were gonna go with me first. I'm gonna give the movie a 5.
Ooh, dang.
Cory.
I would say, given like the climate of how the world is right now, and just like going and seeing a movie that's like a feel good movie, makes you think about life. Make it put you in put it in perspective of like go live your life, like because it's like there's just so much out there to experience. I'll definitely give it a 5 too. I can definitely see myself buying a Blu-ray and adding it to my collection. That's how I know a movie. Like if I say like yo, I'm getting that Blu-ray, that's a good movie. So yeah.
I feel awkward now. Damn.
I mean, give your honest opinion. Like, damn. I mean, it's okay.
No. It was okay film. I'm gonna give it a 4. You know, it was a good film. You know, I enjoyed it. You know, like I said, small issues there. You know, especially with that girl skating, but other than that, it was.
It's always a little stuff.
But I did enjoy it. You know, and the thing, like I said before, the thing that kind of redeemed what I felt personally, as far as the setup, was the second half. That because I enjoy a good coming of age story, especially it's been narrated too. And that kind of, like you guys said, you know, but it worked for me. Other than that, a 4. You guys got anything else?
Why did I feel like it hurt for you to say that? Yeah.
No, yeah, good. It was good. It was good. Yeah. But definitely check out Life of Chuck, guys. You know, it comes out the 6th? Yeah, it comes out
Yeah.
June 6th. So
That's this week.
yeah. But other than that, thank you for joining us at the Critics Collective. And we'll see you soon. All right. Have a good day, guys.